Where I am now, better than before, through those open doors. Where I am now, where I am now, I'm in a special place, a tender warm embrace. Where I am now. It's now time for the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FY Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. The music that you hear in the background is none other than Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, where, where I am now. And if you'd like to see us live at WGPL 1350 Studio, all you have to do is go to Everette's Facebook page or Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton Facebook page. And guess what? You can see us live right here in WGPL 1350 Studio. And if you want to hear us all over the globe, all you have to do is go to www.christianbroadcastingcompany.com, click and listen live, or go to 1400 AM or 1350 AM, and guess what? You can hear us all over the globe. And now I want to introduce to some and present to others the host of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, and a pleasant good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. E. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Would you, could you, will you be my neighbor?
Let's welcome our neighbors, our WGPL 1350 AM listeners.
Peace, 95.3 FM and WPCE 1400 AM.
Facebook Live is on and popping. Let's also welcome Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube.
Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube.
Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment. We'll shout you out later on in the show.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Like, share, subscribe, and comment, Mr. E, and we'll shout you out later on in the show.
Shout them out, shout them out.
Mr. E, is Fun Friday, and it is definitely beautiful here in the Hampton Roads area.
It's going to be a beautiful Friday. The temperature on the outside right now is 42 degrees and sunny.
What's up with winter? Lord, keep this trend going. Lord knows it's almost the end of the month, but the weather so far has been very beautiful.
Just don't forget that it ain't summertime.
Well, I don't know. I don't feel like it's summer, but I tell you what, the sun's been shining. Sometimes it's raining. But it's absolutely beautiful here in Hampton Roads. Lord, keep it up.
That's right. That's right. Keep it up, Lord. Right. Keep it up.
So, Mr. E, this is our Fun Friday segment. What's in your closet? Issues concerning our women.
Yeah, we'll find out the secrets.
We have our beautiful guest, Coach Rhonda Driver, with us on today. And we want to say good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm happy to be here with you guys.
I'm so glad that you take your time. I know you're a busy lady. You do a lot. You're a coach, so I know you are busy coaching, and that takes a lot. Tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and about your business.
I am Coach Rhonda. I'm from Hampton, Virginia, born and raised here. I am a certified life coach as well as certified mental health coach. My passion really is coaching. I love what I do. I love helping people see what they can't see about themselves and really just unlocking the tools that they already have within them to get to their next level.
How fulfilling is that? I can imagine investing in the lives of people, serving people, and helping them to realize who they are. How fulfilling is that type of position?
Fulfilling, and it's actually pretty simple. It was funny because I was speaking with a young lady last night, and she was talking about how she was having trouble sleeping. She was like, I tossed and I turned, and I was telling her, the scripture that talks about, when you lay down, you can have sweet sleep. And she was like, I think I need to pray more but when I get on my knees hurt. And she was like, I said, well, think about it like this, because I think we complicate things. We make things too difficult. I said, why don't you just sit up and pray? And she was like, wow, really, Coach Rhonda, you're gonna just kill me just like that? I said, just like that, because God is not that deep. Just sit up and pray.
Yes.
I don't think he wants you down on your knees hurting. If I mean, you can pray to God sitting up, and He will hear you.
I can hear you that way too. But look, what does it take to be a coach? How do you prepare yourself? Do you go to school? How do you uh, get to be a lifestyle coach?
Um, Life coaching now is becoming very popular, and actually, what coaching really does is whatever you're an expert in, you can actually become a coach in that area.
Ah,
So you don't necessarily have to go to school for it. I did go to school for it. I've taken extra classes to be certified in it. But you don't have to in this
wow.
day and time. You don't have to do that. I mean, this is the time I spoke with a lady that was talking about, before when we first started out, we were plowing fields and then we got machines that
Yes.
did that work for us. And so as we continue to evolve, this is the time of the expert. So what is your expertise? It
Wow.
could be teaching somebody how to do nails. You can coach in that area. So coaching is really becoming a broad area where everybody can get in on it.
It definitely is. The money is absolutely fabulous as well. Rhonda, Coach Rhonda, you are. We follow you on social media, and you are talking about something that we are definitely interested in, and our audience as well. It's 2023, and vision is a word that we are hearing so much. Tell us about what are you doing? Uh, what are you promoting? What is vision?
I actually started talking about vision last year, and I did a few lives about vision, and people were saying, because I actually started a notebook. I would take this notebook to work with me, and I was writing stuff down. And of course, you guys have heard of like vision boards. People have
Yes.
vision parties, and all of that is good. But when you go to a vision board party or a class, you tend to look at everybody else's board, and you
Mhm.
may see a house on their board, and you'll say, "Oh man, I forgot to put a house on my
Yes.
board, or I forgot to put a car on my board." And you really didn't want another car or another house, but you saw it and you thought that that was what was supposed to be in yours. So I created a vision book. It's
Wow.
it's a winning intentional. It's intentional about me. And so the book, you can take it on the go, and it's important to have vision, because even the Bible tells us that it's without vision, you perish. And I was looking that word up, and perish means to suffer complete ruin,
Wow.
destruction. It means to die. And so when we look at what's going on in the world right now, even with suicide, you know, what if
Yes.
the person that thought about taking their life, what if they could just see tomorrow?
Oh,
you
wow.
know, Somewhere along the line, that vision got cut off and they saw no hope. And so vision is very important, but you're not going to really unlock that vision until you really, really understand how God sees you. He doesn't see you the way you see yourself. And so vision is very important to me. Um, I'm very passionate about, just pushing people to be able to see themselves further than they see themselves right now.
Yes.
I want to say good morning to you. Good morning, and thank you so much, Coach. You my bestest friend in the whole wide world. I'm with you 100%. When you decide, when you were talking about vision, Habakkuk picked it up and said, "Write the vision and make
Yes,
it plain,
yes,
and they who read
make
it
it
may
plain.
run." And with that vision, there's so many folks that see what you're doing and can help you along the way. So is that part of your coaching skills to help men and women to discover what God has put them here to do?
Absolutely, because vision actually activates purpose. A lot of people come to me and they're like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. And the first thing that I tell them is to look at your hand and look at your fingerprint. No one else has a fingerprint like you. So God created you with a purpose and a plan. You are unique. And so now let's tap into your purpose. Let's find out what it is that you're supposed to be doing. Not everybody is supposed to be doing what I'm doing.
That's right.
I'm not supposed to be doing what someone else is doing. But what is it that you're supposed to be doing? And let's unlock that. You already have, because if God knew what he was doing, and I believe that he did, okay, he had a plan and a purpose for you. So now let's find out what that plan and purpose is, and let's start moving towards that, because the vision activates purpose, and then purpose will ignite the power that you need, the ability to start producing, to start making that vision come to pass.
Now, have you ever decided that you want to write a book about how to help motivate the guys? We last time we talked, you talked about how to motivate the men folk.
I haven't forgotten about you guys. I haven't forgotten about you guys.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Very good.
I don't know if I talked the last time about broken daughters. Broken daughters is a passion of mine where I deal with the women, but I'm also looking at broken sons.
Okay.
Wow.
When I found out that there are some broken men who really don't know who they are. That's why they're not leading in their home, because they haven't discovered how powerful they are.
Wow.
And so I'm going to be looking at that, to bring some men alongside to help me push that vision. That is one of the visions that I have. Also, we started Wealthy and Winning the end of 2022. Me and Coach Deb, I don't know if you guys have seen her on my page, but Coach Deb and I are looking at, pushing the men and women to become wealthy and winning on purpose. And so that's another thing that we have going now. But I definitely haven't forgot about the men.
Good. Mr. E is saying good.
Mr. E, I need you to help me out.
I'll be more than happy to help you out because when we dealing with the men folk, and I don't want to talk too much about the men. When we dealing with men, a lot of folks has misunderstood of what a man is and how a man thinks and how a man feels, and has misinterpreted all the characteristics of a man. So I really like to know the issues of what a woman does.
Well, we're going to be going over that a lot. Coach is going to come back. But, Coach, I wanted to talk about the children. How can we kind of push our children into going? Not let me try to get this question right. Our children, how do we teach them about vision? Because some kids are aware of some of the things that they want in life early, but of course they have to be nurtured and time has to go by. But how do we start talking about vision with our children?
We have to start early, and I don't know if you guys know, but I just finished my children's vision book.
Congratulations.
Oh my goodness.
It's called Alexis Knows Who She Is. I did have to send it back for some edits, but that book is just about complete. So it's going to be being released soon. But I want to teach young people at a young age exactly who they are. And I start with getting them to do affirmations so that they can begin to start speaking it into existence. Because let's face it, a lot of times as adults, as parents, we speak negativity in our children, not necessarily meaning it, but we'll say, you're going to be just like your dad.
Yes.
And maybe dad wasn't what he should have been. But no, you don't have to be like dad because now you're your own unique person. And so let's start speaking some positivity into our young people. And so that's what that book does. It teaches the kids at a young age how to feel good about themselves, how to, because look at the suicide rate with young people, the bullying and all those things. And so it just teaches them how to be, just good, strong, young individuals.
Congratulations. I'm telling you, it is much needed, and our children need direction. They need to be nurtured, they need to be protected. And thank you so much for serving them in that way. Let's talk about vision boards. Do you think vision boards are spiritual?
I think vision boards are spiritual. They can be, because, well, it depends on, let's look at it this way. A spiritual principle will work with anyone who will get involved in it.
Hmm.
And so, if the scripture tells us to write the vision and make it plain, and we put it down on our vision board, it may be somebody that creates a vision board that absolutely never stepped foot in a church, don't know the first thing about Jesus or
Yes.
God or anything, but that principle will
Yes.
work.
Oh,
And
wow.
so that's why a lot of times we see people and we're like we're at church every time the church doors open, we're tithing, we're doing all these things, and why is it that they're prospering so much?
Mm.
Well, God's timing has a lot to do with it also, but it's because they're working the principle.
Wow.
And I'm so glad that you said it. I just want to jump in there because that's a loaded question. Because I believe that all the gifts or the visions come from God. I truly
Exactly.
believe that it is spiritual. That because God puts an ideal, puts you in a place where you are needed to help somebody to as they travel along the way. So when you look at that vision, and Habakkuk said it, write it down that folks who read it may run because you're gonna help somebody along the way. What you think about that?
Exactly. A lot of times, sometimes we don't want to speak things into existence. We
Talk,
don't want
preacher.
to write the vision. We don't want to say it because really it's a lack of faith, I believe, because we want to see it first before we have it in our hands. Um, we want to, we don't want to put ourselves too far out there because suppose I start saying that this is something that I'm going to have, and what if God doesn't do it? And
Yes.
so we walk in that fear, and we really don't want to say it, but I say it. Whatever I'm believing for, I put it in the atmosphere. I don't mind saying it because I know that the enemy can't stop what God has for me.
Absolutely.
Amen.
And
I
so
Amen.
like
I'm
the.
the only
Go ahead.
I'm the
Yes.
only one that can hold up my vision. You know,
Absolutely.
um,
Now, I like putting it this way. I like to say, write the vision down and make a plan. I use the word plan because I feel as though you have a vision, but you also have to walk it out. You have to have a plan. You have to the vision may be the vision in your mind is not just what you see, but it's the walk. It's how you kind of see it through. What happens, and I think you hit on it a minute ago, Coach. What happens when you don't have a plan? What happens if you don't feel like you have a vision?
well, I tell people all the time, a vision without a decision is just a pretty picture.
It's just like a
Ooh,
Because
man taking a walk.
yes.
exactly because you have this vision, you've written it down, but when you don't have a plan, you know, okay, if I want it, just like me, I wanted to be a life coach. Okay, I'm just going to sit around every day and say, I want to be a life coach. But if I don't start moving in the direction to
Yes.
get me where I need to be the coach, that's where the plan comes in. And that's what coaching for me is about. When I sit before people and they say, hey, this is what I would like to do. You want to get out of debt? Stop creating debt.
Oh,
Stop making bills. Stop not paying your bills. Make some sacrifice. So,
yes.
and that's one of the things that Coach Deb talks about on our Wealthy and Winning side. She shows us how to save money that we think we don't even have. She shows us, where this extra money is going. Before I used to, and I'm very transparent in saying this, I would make bills, but I wasn't paying them.
Yeah,
But
that's what I want to
but
hear
I wanted
about
to
them
get out of
women.
debt.
You want to get out of debt, but you we say you won't do the
I
right thing to do to get out of
I
debt.
wasn't doing the right thing.
I
I
like
wanted my
that.
credit score. I wanted my credit score to change. But guess what? I was getting further in the hole. Now, when I change my mindset, now I can go apply for something. Glory to God. I'm not looking over
Yes.
my shoulder, shaking in my shoes, wondering because I know I'm qualified to get it now. But I
Absolutely.
had to pay my bills on time. And so,
Absolutely.
you have to have a plan.
That's wonderful. I'm so glad that you pulled that out. Brothers, did y'all hear what Miss Driver said? That she decided to make bills, but not pay the bills. So now she has a change of heart.
Yes.
She wrote it down in her vision book that I got to pay the bills.
I got to get ahead. Coach, tell us about, I saw this on your feed as well on Facebook, purpose, power, and vision. They go hand in hand?
Absolutely. Purpose, power, and vision. That's what I was saying. Your vision will activate your purpose, and then your purpose will ignite the power, the ability to start producing what
Wow.
it is that you see, what it is that you're saying. You'll mess around just simple things. I talked about it last night. Just, I say every day, every sickness, every disease, every germ, every virus that comes near my body, it dies instantly. I
Yeah.
say that all the time.
Wow. Yes.
So when I feel like I'm getting sick or when something comes, it's trespassing. So I don't know what you're doing, but you out of order right now because it's
I
not
like that.
lining up to what I've said. And so
Yes.
before I know it, I've talked myself right into what I've said, not what I'm seeing at the moment.
Wow.
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 So, every day I wake up winning. I walk
Oh, I
with the
love that.
power and authority of God. When I walk into a room, it changes simply because of the power of God that's in me. I say that all the time. Well, I'm willing myself into that just simply by what I'm saying.
Yes.
And that's wonderful. I like that term. I like that. Miss Lisa Neal said another translation in the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, says that even though the vision may seems like it's not coming, keep looking. It keep looking at it
Wow.
because it shall come to pass. Do you think that there are copycats out there? There are people that's copying your vision and trying to work what you got and not what God has given unto them.
Yeah, I do.
Yes.
But guess what? Guess what? You know, um, I say all the time, if anybody's looking for God, let them find him in me.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
wow.
if you wanna copy me, guess what? You're gonna find yourself winning real shortly. So just keep copying, and
Yes.
eventually you're gonna walk yourself into your own vision.
Amen.
I want to know some of the difficulties in coaching. And how has your journey been so far? How is it in 2023, Coach? Coaching people, I'm sure, is not the easiest thing in the world. But tell us the good points and some of the things that you wish could change when coaching.
It can be difficult. It can be frustrating at times because guess what? I have a life too, and
Yes.
I have life hits me all the time, especially because I'm coaching, especially because I'm trying to change lives. And so, what do I do when I'm sitting in front of that person who's going through the same thing that I'm going through? I don't get to tell them, run or don't do this. I still got to be the coach. I still have to be the one that's giving them the positive feedback. And so that's one of the challenges in coaching that I face often because, it's like the enemy often will try every play in the playbook to get me off, to get me distracted. But one of the things that I also say, Tasha Cobbs has a song that says, "Give me dove's eyes."
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, dove's eyes have binocular vision, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So they're able to produce a single image. And so this year, because last year was a pretty rough year for me, just with life in general. But this year I'm locked in, I'm focused on me. I'm focused on what God is doing with me and what it is that I'm supposed to be doing. And so I'm already expecting distraction. So I'm no longer moved by it.
Absolutely.
And so I have the
Yes.
Now,
So you just got to stay focused.
Now, Coach, does home life interfere with coaching?
At times, it does.
So how do you
think-
balance it?
Okay, let's talk about the men, because remember I told you how you men,
Yes.
how you men can be. You know, I have a very oh yes, Mr. Driver, I spoiled him. So he requires a lot of attention, and so do my clients. So I have to bring balance to that.
Yes.
So home life can be challenging at times, but you just gotta, seek God for wisdom as to how to balance it all out. And I just have to make sure that I'm still being a wife. See, I have to be a wife before I'm a coach.
Yes.
So it does me no good to be coaching the entire world and my house is falling apart. So
Absolutely.
I have to keep the main thing, as Beyonce.
Yes. Well,
That's how I bring the balance.
what kind of people won't you coach? I can't see you coaching every kind of person, but what kind of people do you think like, nope?
Well, some people are not ready to be coached. You have to have a teachable spirit. Some people will tell you, well, this is what, you said before me, well, this is what I'm doing, and this is, okay, how's that working out for you?
Wow.
Well, Coach,
I'm good. I don't have to coach everybody, but if you want my help, I'm going to give you 100% of it.
how do you determine who qualifies and the qualification of being able to coach someone?
Well,
Gotta be
I
teaching.
say, are you saying as far as a coach?
Right. If someone wants to be coached, want to use your service, how do you just know that they are qualified for you to be their coach?
You got to be able to pay first, right? You got to come with some duckies. But what other things? Do they have to fill out applications? What kind of things do you go through to have someone as a client?
Well, when I'm coaching someone, I kind of have like the intake. So I allow them to tell me where they are, what it is they want, and I pretty much tailor make every package to the individual, because some people, like I have someone in New York, they may not need me every week, but once a month they need that boost, they need that push to keep going. And so really it just depends on the individual, what their need is, what it is that they want to accomplish,
Absolutely.
We kind of go from there.
Yeah. Let's have some information, contact information. There are a lot of people listening and viewing, and they're saying, wait a minute, I could use someone to help me to understand a little bit more where I'm going, what I need to do. And where can they reach you?
They can reach me at rdriverl2w@mail.com. That's rdriverl2w@mail.com.
And
also,
go ahead.
You want my number?
Yes,
number
if we could, and if you someone can put it down in the chat, that would be perfect.
I'm hoping my sister Alicia will do that. It's 757-944-3799.
I tell you what, Coach, you are a blessing to us. Thank you for serving. Thank you for what you do. We're gonna, Coach is gonna be on our After Dark show.
Yeah.
We're gonna be posting that, and we just want to say congratulations and thank you for all that you are doing.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys. It's always a pleasure to come on and talk with you guys. And Mr. E, I will not forget. I'm gonna let you know as soon as I got those men things in place. So be on the lookout for that.
I'd like to have Mr. Driver as a guest on our What's Under the Hat issues concerning men.
That would be nice in February to have them both up there. We could talk about relationship.
That would be awesome.
Wouldn't that be wonderful?
Wonderful.
Let's talk about that, Coach. I'll inbox you and let's see if we can get both of you on.
Absolutely.
God bless you. We'll talk with you soon. And you all come over here for a little bit. We're gonna talk to you, and we want you to have a wonderful day and a blessed weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. past 30 minutes, you've been listening to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, the FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. For more information about FYI, pick up the telephone and give us a call at 757-714-7861 or go to Edward Everett's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton Facebook page, or FYI Facebook page. Or you can email us at FYIRadiosHowLive@gmail.com. Don't forget to join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 to 10 on WPCE 1400, 95.3 FM, WGPL 1350, and on all social media platforms. And have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.
Wow. We want to say thank you to Coach Rhonda Driver. Vision. Write the vision down. Make it plain. She's really going hard on vision throughout social media. You know, and it's to me, it's the perfect time. We have 2023, and everybody always talks about new beginnings.
That's right. That's right.
Vision and just going forth in more of what God has given us to do. And I just want to thank her for being on with us. She is going to be on our FYI After Dark. I'm going to give you all the date we're going to post. And Mr. Driver's going to be with us.
That's right.
What a
That's
perfect time.
That's right.
Valentine's month. And talking about love and relationship and everything. I think it's going to be perfect to have them on. I want to say good morning to Rhonda's sister, Leisha. Thank you so much for your input, for being on. Tracy Porter, good morning. She talking about those Cowboys. Girl, I know you are a happy girl. And Roberta Carter, we love you. Look, you going to the casino? Look, Portsmouth is up and popping. We're going to talk about that in a minute. My beautiful friend Sheila Robbins is on. Hey, sweetheart. And Annie Miles, my cousin, I want to say congratulations to her. Her great-grandchild is coming out the hospital soon.
Amen.
Annie has relocated, and she's closer to us. And I want to say God bless you, girl. And all you all that are on, make sure that are looking, make sure you subscribe to our channel, you share our feed, make sure you comment, we can shout you out today. I want to just give you the number. Rhonda Driver's number is 757-944-3799. If you all want to talk with her and just have an idea, I'm sure she has consultation, and find out if that's something that you want in your life. You know, sometimes you need a teacher.
That's right.
You need
that's right.
a mentor.
That's
Sometimes
right.
you need a coach. Sometimes you need somebody to help you figure things out.
You know, Miss Hinton, when the folks begin to look at someone that they can engage, and they got all the right tools, but they need a push. They need to be jump started. They need to determine whether or not they're qualified. Am I going at it the right way? You know, so all you have to do is give Miss Rhonda Driver, email her at rdriverl2 at mail.com. Yeah.
At gmail.com?
No, at mail.com.
At mail.com?
Yeah, at mail.com.
Leisha, is that right? Is it just mail.com or gmail.com?
At mail.com.
And
yeah.
So anyway, it is a wonderful thing to have Coach on, and she's doing great things. Then her book that she's doing coming out, she's staying focused, and she's raising a family, and she's doing a whole lot of things. And she is really definitely the right one to encourage you all to keep moving. I asked the question about children because in the Young Women Achieving Success program, and we're still recruiting, you all can have your daughters in from 10 to 17. Young ladies, we're in Chesapeake, Virginia. We talk about, you know, who am I and our vision and what we want. And some of them, young Mr. E, have a kind of a clue. They kind of have an idea where they're going or where they want to go. And then some of them are like, I hadn't thought about that. But I asked the question because I felt like you're never too young. You're not. You can invest in the lives of your young children to teach them certain things about the future and how they can prepare and how they can visualize their life.
You know, I don't think parents believe
Dream.
that. I don't think that parents really think that they are coaches also,
Mhm.
especially when it comes to your children. You know,
Okay.
you can help educate, you can help motivate, you can help your children to understand which direction they want to go. I want to let everybody know that, Miss Hinton, that I just got last year to understand that my 29-year-old son is not my baby boy anymore. He's a grown man.
Grown up
So
man.
so now I had to get to the point where I have to realize that he's not little Isaiah, but he's a grown man. He's a grown fella. So instead of me looking at him as a child, I had to coach myself that, and somebody else helped me to understand that
Your
you know
baby boy
that my
is
baby
all
boy
grown
is a
up.
grown man.
But I wanted to make a point. Even if a parent not, they may not necessarily get into the okay talking about vision and the vision boards and all that kind of stuff. You don't have to worry about it. God got
That's right.
these children because He deposits in us, every single one of us, gifts and talents. And so we see with Joseph, we see where certain ones in the Bible are sitting back as little kids, and they're dreaming. Joseph is dreaming. Well, what you dreaming about? Dreaming about the future. I didn't give me that. God gave me that. God gave me a vision of where I was going to end up and land. And so don't worry. God got you. God got all of us. And so the thing about it is making sure you see it through, making sure you have people helping to nurture you. That's why it's so important that we guard our hearts and the hearts and minds of our children. It's important that we invest in them, we expose them to great things, because that thing inside of them is turning. And if they're in the right place, if they're in the garden where they can really be nurtured, all that stuff is going to happen. And so God, like I said, is going to deposit in them anyway, regardless, gifts, dreams, and vision.
And not only that, Miss Hinton, if God gave you a vision, write it down. Write it down. Write it down so that you can follow the instructions of the vision that the Lord has given unto you. Habakkuk could have made it no clearer than that. It's going to come to pass. All you got to do is write it and put it in the atmosphere so that everyone that reads it may run with it.
Well, I want to say thank you again to our coach. And she's been here before. She's going to be back here again. And look, Mr. E is saying, Coach, make sure.
That's right. That's right. In that vision.
Sure and this is the wonderful thing about it. Coach has been on our women's segment, but she's also been on What's Under the Hat segment for men. And she addresses men and some of the things that they go through. And some things, it's not one-sided. And we really thank her for that. I know Mr. E does because he's really into making sure there's a balance between, male and female. So I tell you what, Mr. E, I feel as though serving that tea. I feel like we need to serve some tea because I don't want to rush that tea today.
It's hot. It's hot.
It's a lot of tea. It's a lot going on. And we're here with our segment serving that tea. If you all would like to serve some tea, if you got some tea that you want to serve right now, you can actually put it in the chat. Anything that you've heard that we should mention, go on and put it in the chat. We're gonna serve some local tea. We're gonna church. Let me see. Should we serve some church tea? Some national tea? We're gonna be serving quite a few tea. And I want to say this, thank you to one of our young ladies, one of our interns, who she sends us some of the tea that we serve. Miss Clara Hoff, thank you, girl. Thank you, girl. Clara is young. She's in college, and she definitely takes the time to send us, stories and things like that to help us to have a great time, serving it up.
I want to drop in some tea right quick for those Tampa Bay Buccaneer fans. I want to drop this
some
on
sports tea.
The sports tea. Miss Hinton, I was looking at the sports news the other day, and I found out that there was a reason why Tom Brady didn't come to play.
And what was that?
According to his girlfriend.
Oh, girl. Hold on. You just got rid of a wife. How you got a girl? Oh, give us the tea.
According to his girlfriend. She said that the whole team didn't play with fast and they caused Tom Brady to lose to the
Wait a
Dallas
minute, the
Cowboys.
girlfriend is chiming in. What she Tom, is that why you can't? Tom. Tom got a girlfriend. But anyway, she said it's, the Buccaneers lost because they didn't play and work.
She said,
but he's a part of the Buccaneers. He's a
that's
part.
right.
So did she lump him with the group?
She didn't
Or he
lump him.
stands alone?
You got to remember, according to Smart News, and she said Tom Brady, new girlfriend,
Okay, new.
blamed
Okay.
all his Tampa Bay teammates for the playoff loss. She blamed all the rest of the guys because she said they didn't play. Tom, she's making an excuse for you. So, Tom, come on now. Come on now.
Maybe next season, Tom. But I tell you what, it's a lot of stuff going on. Look, the Cowboys had a win, and we're going to talk about that on Sports Talk. But, honey, we serving all kind of tea, and I'm telling you, it is just a whole lot going on. I want to go to the local tea here. I want to talk about the casino. Lord have mercy. Talking about being tagged a million times on social media with pictures of those that were out last evening to the casino, Portsmouth Casino, the River Casino. And they say it's absolutely fabulous, Mr. E. It's beautiful, and it's a lot going on.
Well, they said it's going to be another one of those test drives tonight. You go by there tonight and you can test drive this casino. I think it's a faithful few of folk that they already invited out there. But guess what? You can go out there Monday and guess that's when the battle. I looked at it on the news. They got a 1-cent armband that the slot machine. But the question is, Miss Hinton, who would you see in those casinos?
Well, anybody can go in there. You got all kind of people that love to gamble, but also there's going to be entertainment and food. I know when my family and we visited MGM, even though I don't gamble, I just went through there and I kind of like toured. But I was there for Stevie Wonder's show, honey. And I was there for the shopping and I was there for the food. So it's up to you. Some people they take a pleasure in gambling, so that's their thing. Let them do it. Hey, it's legal. Guess why? If it wasn't legal, you wouldn't see a great big old casino there in Portsmouth, Virginia. But so many people, like I said, are tagging us and letting us know that it's open. It officially opens on Monday.
That's right.
Mr.
It officially opened on Monday, right there in the city of Portsmouth, Virginia. You get off Victory Boulevard, turn left at Victory Boulevard, and guess what? You're right there at the casino, right in front of Tidewater Community College. So, we're mixing the college student, and this is shade. They're mixing the college with the gambler. So, let's see how it works out.
50,000 square feet, but guess what? We're going to address the dark side of gambling on FY Radio Show, What's Under the Hat. Hey, because we want everybody to go in there and play responsibly. Look, don't sit up there taking your rent money, your car payment, and all that stuff, and betting and trying to win stuff and losing and becoming addicted. And so we're going to talk about that side on What's Under the Hat.
They said if you got a gambling party, just problem. If you got a gambling problem, there's a number that you need to call. Don't go to the gambling casino, please. Don't go there.
All right. So, Mr. E, there's more tea in Portsmouth.
Got one more tea. I just want to drop in. Stephen A. Smith. I don't know if you, for y'all, ever heard of Mr. Stephen Smith. Mr. Stephen is a commentator for sports. This is sports news again. He's the one that's always putting the Cowboys down.
Oh my goodness!
Every time you turn around, but Stephen ran his mouth too many times.
And what happened?
He had to apologize to Rihanna. What's her name? Rihanna.
Talking smack. Why would you talk smack about Rihanna and compare her? See, we were just talking about comparison. Comparing her to Beyonce. Well, Beyonce is Beyonce, beautiful lady. Rihanna's beautiful too. They both make music. They're rich as I don't know.
That's right.
They're rich. Both of them are rich. So why are you comparing like Rihanna is something beneath somebody else. Don't do that. And so, did he get in trouble? Did anybody kind of like shade him?
Everybody got him. They said the owner, they're making mocks about him. So just, Steve Harvey said he would not repeat what he was saying. And guess what? And the bottom line is he might get sued.
And the thing about it, how can he compare? Do he know Beyonce? Do he know her character? He don't know who's this and who's that. It's like both of them are entertainers. They're female. They come from different walks of life. She's from the Caribbean, and so my goodness. But anyway, beside that tea, Portsmouth has some tea going on. Mr. E, and that is city managers. We're not going to stay on that long, but they come and go. What do I have up here, Mr. E?
City manager.
I said,
how you get on the city manager?
Look,
they just opened up a casino. How did the city manager get kicked out? They just got rid of one 3 months ago. Now they turn around and got rid of another one.
I got city manager gone too soon. Another one gone too soon.
Another one bites the dust.
But I tell you what, let's go to the church, honey, because the church is always in the tea business, serving more tea. And we have a mega church here in Virginia Beach, in the Virginia Beach area. And the charges against the pastor there was allegedly dropped, Mr. E, but they allegedly snuck up by the way. And it won't stand dusty because it did bite the dust. It has resurrected itself. And it's really spooky because can you imagine that family saying, whoa, I thought this was over. We're moving on with our lives. And then all of a sudden you have those that are out there picketing, protesting, stirring it up, honey, and stirred up a whole new case with prosecutors on this pastor in this area.
Miss Hinton, when they began to talk about that, when he got caught, they should have never allowed him to get back into the pulpit. I believe. I believe that because he needed to sit down and get himself together, it puts a bad taste to the mouth of men and women teaching and preaching the gospel. Because here is a sting that this gentleman, this pastor, went out of town down a dusty road and was going to connect with somebody down there, a trap.
Is that allegedly?
That's allegedly, but according to the news, they kicked it out one time, but somebody came back and reopened Pandora's box.
Well, that's allegedly again, but it is very interesting, though, Mr. E, that where we thought this thing was over, the family and the church and everybody thought it was over, it isn't over. And so we've got to sit back and wait and see what the end's going to be, because somebody is stomping on the earth and does not want this thing to be
over.
Brushed under the rug.
Right. They don't want it
you
to be
have,
done.
I think, how many people, is it 18 or less that have been under that same scrutiny for the same crime, and they didn't get off that I know of.
That's right. But how can he get off?
People are saying, why?
How can he get off when they had to go through, when they had to go and tunnel themselves out and tunnel themselves in, and then they got themselves in trouble?
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to continue to, get the real tea, not just, gossip or anything like that. Because, it's a sad situation, and when you are out in front of the public and people are just, crucifying you and saying all kind of things about you, and you've done certain things, it's going to take God to keep you in your right mind. And we're just going to keep watching and praying about the situation. Mr. E,
talk to me.
Newport News, Lord have mercy. Don't y'all know that Rich Neck School is not open yet? Do you think they're going to open up this year?
Miss Hinton, one of the hardest things that I found out about Rich Neck School, and I was searching the news again about Rich Neck School.
Yes.
One of the things I found out about Rich Neck School, it's too soon. It's too early to open the school up.
Yes.
Because they're still uncovering some secret document. They're still uncovering some information. Why did they suspend the principal of the school?
So, Miss E, tell the story behind what we're saying. We don't want to just jump into something. It's about the 6-year-old young little boy. He's a little boy who shot the teacher in the Newport News area of Virginia.
The family of the 6-year-old boy, they begin to speak out about the teacher, about the school. Here, the 6-year-old boy, he shot a teacher. How did he get the gun into the school? Don't nobody know. Where was the gun when he got there? Because they claimed to search his backpack. One of the things that and now the mother has a lawyer, and the mother said that the gun was put up and it was locked down. So now the teacher is now home recovering, and she's out of the hospital. But here's where the kicker part comes in. What was the problem? When I looked at that the other day, and Wavy 10 got a lot of information if you want to go through. The mother and the father of the little boy, every day they was sitting in the classroom.
Absolutely.
So because the boy, they found out that the boy has a acute problem.
Absolutely.
He has a problem that he, cannot be left alone, or I don't understand a 6-year-old boy that has a problem cannot be left alone. Now, mommy and daddy can't go to work because they got to sit in the classroom just to observe that boy. It just so happened that day they did not come into the classroom.
Oh my goodness.
But here's the thing, Miss Hinton, and I'm putting it out there. They got a tip that the little boy was carrying a gun. They got a tip in the school, so they stopped the boy because he came to school late. They stopped the boy and searched his bag. Now, I don't think that boy, by law, I don't think that boy should have returned to the classroom. I think that what the principal and authority should have done was contact the parent and ask the parent to come to the schoolhouse because your son now has been accused of having a handgun. Do you know the punishment of having a handgun in the
6
school?
years old?
At 6 years old may cause? We don't know. We don't know.
Oh, okay.
So now with a handgun, period, that, and you wonder where it is, how he get in there, who gun was. Well, they found out it belongs to the mother. Now the 6-year-old has been into to the juvenile homes taking medicine, and they've been evaluating him. Now the mother and them got a lawyer. They got a lawyer for this thing. And so because they got a lawyer, the lawyer spoke out today and said, because we got so many children in the classrooms and not enough teachers.
Well, I tell you what, we have to really, really look at this piece by piece as it comes out. The parents are saying they promote gun safety.
That's right.
Also, we have discovered the child has a mental issue.
That's right.
And so we have to put it in the right category of this is just not someone that is like, just gunslinging. This is a child with problems. And so they're talking about the teacher being home. They're talking about they don't know when school is coming back in. They don't know too much of anything, but they are finding out more and more about what's going on. Yes, the parents had to sit in the class with the child. That's how great his issue was. And so we're just going to have to try to just, like I said, put everything together, find out how we can do better. The principal, we say, is gone.
That's right.
Principal
gone.
Is gone. And children scared to come back. Parents, some of them are scared to come back. And so they're putting metal detectors and all kind of things.
That's right.
And so we've got to continue to watch the story. Nobody has been accused of anything yet.
That's right.
And you can point the finger at so many, but hey, we have to see how this is going to turn out.
Miss Hinton, this is look like it's an ugliest thing, an ugly event that happened. This young man is ugly. But what happened to the young man that they have not found yet? Why are they not putting more emphasis on looking for that child? Why are they not trying to find? Who says they're not, though? But you don't hear that child in the paper Corey. You don't hear Corey no more. You don't hear anybody looking for Corey, and Dad's still in jail. Somebody need to let us know some answers here, because you putting this other kid and put his name out there, this other kid out there with the gun. But what about the boy that's missing?
Well, there's so much tea going around. So much stuff is happening. We still look. When we come back next week, we'll talk about some Hollywood tea and with Alex Baldwin. Let me mention that Alex Baldwin. They charging him. He can't get out of it.
That's right.
Manslaughter charges, and it's just so much going on and on and on. And so, go ahead, Mr. E.
When I would look at Alan Baldwin, they said he did not complete the safety class.
Oh, really?
They said he did not complete the safety class because they had to do a safety class in order for, to make sure that everybody qualifies for the tech class, for the using the handgun. They said he did not complete the safety class, so now Alan is looking looking at 11 months.
Oh my goodness! Well, Alex, Lord have mercy on your soul. And look, the woman is gone. That's the thing. The woman is gone, and it's just really sad that whole scenario and everything.
And if he got only 11 months to do, he got away because he could have been.
What do you mean got away?
11 months compared to a life.
Yeah, but I'm saying, what was the intent? Did he do it on purpose? Well, I mean, that has to be, all this stuff has to be proven, Mr. E. We can't demonize nobody until we do know there's a dead woman. We know, but we have to find out what happened. He says one thing, and then the other people say another thing. Just because something happens, there's sometimes, just like with the 6-year-old, just because something happens, you got to dig deep, and we got to put all the pieces together. We got to find out what this child was doing. And same thing with Alex. Hey, what in the heck happened with that? What kind? It's just too much.
Why you didn't finish the class?
I don't know why he didn't, but I'm telling you, he says it's some little shady business. We'll find out about that. But look, you all gonna have to help us serve some tea. We'll be serving some tea on next week as well. Right now, we want to just say again, thank you to our guest, Miss Rhonda Driver. We also want to tell you about a few upcoming shows. We do have our After Dark show, our Valentine's Day show. Tony Veer, Mr. E, is going to be one of our friends and special guests. Coach Driver and her husband's going to be on our After Dark show.
Along with Pastor. Along with Bishop Abel Sutton will be our special guest on What's Underneath the Hat, issues concerning men on Wednesday.
Oh, I love that a lot. I just want to remind you all again about the Young Women Achieving Success Program. We are recruiting. Please don't forget to inbox me and let me know that your child 10 to 17 wants to be in that program. It's free, and it's really a wonderful, wonderful program. Also, you can follow us on social media. Don't forget, we're on LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. We're everywhere.
That's right.
Go there and find us, and also share our content. Bullying is right underneath your nose. Thank you so much for those that are buying the book. The Audible is available, the hard copy, the ebook. You can go and get the link, or you can go to CristoRecords.com, CRISTO Records.com, or ACX Audible, or Book Baby, or Amazon, wherever books are sold. Please go and support. That would be just a fabulous thing for the ladies.
And don't forget that come this Sunday.
What's going on?
Don't forget that the Dallas Cowboys plays the San Francisco 49ers this Sunday.
That's going to be a good game.
Do you want my prediction?
Yes, I do.
I want to give you my prediction right now that the Dallas Cowboys will beat the San Francisco 49ers. And the score. You know how close I was last week. And the score going to be 18-6.
Mr. E, that is fabulous. We're going to see. But in the meantime, you all, I tell you, have a wonderful weekend. Look, Young Women Achieving Success, we're going bowling on this weekend, and we're going to have a great time. Mr. E, what you going to do this weekend?
I have no idea.
Mr. E said he has no idea. I'm sure he's going to come up with something. But I hope you all have a great weekend. The weather's going to be pretty decent. And we're going to see you back here on Monday for Sports Talk. And it's just going to be a fun time, as we get closer and closer to the NFL Super Bowl, honey. And we want you all to come with your rah, with your Mr. E showed us, gave us a tour of his man cave. He had so much cowboy stuff in there. The stars, I was almost blinded by all the stars in the room. Mr. E is a fanatic, a fiend, and he loves them boys.
And that's the way you do it. That's the way you do it. That's right. Miss Sheila Robinson said, go 49ers and good. That's what you need to hear come Monday. We'll let you know more about what's going on.
Absolutely. In the meantime, you all stay blessed, be blessed. We love you all. Thank you for your support. And make sure you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.
Don't forget to join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here on WPCE 1400, WGPL 1350, Peace 95.3. And don't forget to get ready for WMVA 88.9. Don't forget,
yes.
That's Monday, 9:30 to 10, right here on the most talked about radio station in the whole wide world. That's WGPL 1350.
God bless you. Bye-bye.
2 up, 2 down.